welcome back to Tisdale Law. So it's been a while since I've done one of these, and I apologize. My goal was to be able to broadcast these weekly. However, launching a practice, getting it off the ground, and just coordinating everything has taken more time away from being able to do things like this. But it's still my goal to be able to put these out on a more regular basis. But here's an update. So last time when we talked, I mentioned and talked about when starting a practice or starting a new business, the benefits of a virtual office space. And I kind of wanted to give you an update. So I started with a virtual office space, and just kind of recap, that's me paying by the hour when I use the space and using the address of the facility as my branding. And it was fantastic. I loved the office space. It was amazing. However, I found that it was more costly for me to be able to pay by the hour, just because I'm in a business where I see people in an office constantly. And so every time I meet someone, or when a client's late or they don't show up, I'm still paying for that time. And so at the same time, the virtual thing is a great idea and it's fantastic and in many ways works very well. For me, I realized that I need a more permanent solution. So I created a permanent office space in that virtual space. So that being is that I get to utilize all the services of the virtual office space, the receptionist, the common space, the look of the professional, almost a corporate type feel. However, I have, as you can see, have a permanent office. That's my office that I utilize 24/7 whenever I need it to use it, which is fantastic. So it creates the look, but it is my permanent office. However, it costs more, it's more costly, but I think it's beneficial for organization, to get work done, to be organized, and to have a place where your clients walk in and see a little bit of you and get a sense of the kind of person you are, and if they want you to represent them. I will say this though, if you're trying to make a decision about where you should office or launch your business or practice, I think the place does need, no matter where you choose, needs to represent what you're trying to put forward. I have found in the short time that I have gone from working for the government and into private practice that people who have chosen to use me, they have found credibility in my office, in my location. And I think it creates a sense of stability, and it says who you are as an attorney, and it tracks the type of clients that you want. So whatever they might be, you want to have a facility that represents what you're trying to put forth, your branding into the world. So that's my 2 cents on office space. Second, getting business in the door. So this is a huge issue for solo practitioners or for business. How do you get business in the door? And I will say that networking is so key, yet so difficult at the same time. Also getting lead sources, which I've been utilizing, which I'm kind of up in the air on. So I'll give you more updates as I have more time with that. But lead source can be a way to bring clients into your facility that you otherwise wouldn't have had access to, using different things like Google Ads or other networking groups that I'm contemplating whether I want to join at this time. But finding where your clients may be. So for me, I am a family law and criminal practice. Right now, the majority of my cases are immigration law, but looking to expand more of my family law and criminal base. Actually, I'll be at a conference this end of this week for the state to get trained, so I can take appointed cases, kind of doing my part to get back to the community for criminal cases. So I'm very, very excited about that, and I'll let you know more about that. All right. So that's just an update. So I moved into a new office space. I'm very excited about it. I have a service that's answering my phone calls. That's from my space. Receptionist, very fantastic. I actually have several clients, which has been an absolute blessing, and I'm very excited about and moving forward. So hope this may be an inspiration to anyone else who is jumping out there to make it happen. I will say this though. There are a lot of things out there that talk about how you can do things very cheaply, and you can launch something, a business or practice very easily. Let me say this, that is true. but there are a lot of costs that come along the way. Like I had to get a new laptop that I wasn't expecting to get a new laptop. Paying to print, I do a lot of immigration clients right now, so there's a lot of printing when it comes to forms and things of that nature, and paying for each page, crazy. Having to buy my own printer. Not crazy expenses, but they're unexpected. And probably the most expensive thing you're gonna pay for is how do you get business in the door? Advertising, referrals, or lead sources. So if you're gonna jump out there in your business, I think you need to budget money for how you're gonna attract those clients, because everything else maybe you can kind of play with and pay with as you go. Maybe you can figure out the office space differently. Maybe you can work with your computer, it doesn't break down like mine did, or things of that nature. But how are you gonna get the clients? That's what you gotta pay for. You gotta figure out one way or the other, unless you just know automatically you're gonna have X amount of clients coming in. That being said, it doesn't take a lot of money, but I would advise you need some money to survive, you need some money to figure out how to pay to get clients in the door. And what we haven't talked about, but I think is very important, is having your credit on point, so that if you need to be able to put things on a card or get a loan, that you can have those options available to you. One thing that's been an absolute blessing is that my bank and my credit card provided me 18% no interest, right? So I can put things on there and pay it, along the way. Now, I'm not advising you to create debt, never. But the freedom of having that option there is kind of takes a little bit of stress away, especially when you're launching and you have so much upfront costs. All right, that's all for now. I know this video is not long, but I hope to make them more often, but just shorter, and maybe in that case, they would be more frequent. All right, thanks.